Hey there and welcome. My name is Carlos Beritz and let's start talking about what has been going on in the indie tabletop RPG scene. And as always, I am not being directly sponsored by anyone here unless explicitly mentioned otherwise. And you can check in the description the links for each one of the titles and everything that I mentioned here, and it has some timestamps so that you can jump towards the subject of your choice. Okay, so let's start talking about what is one of the very good and big subjects of the moment. And we are in Pride Month, okay? And I am, and here in the CA Burlesque channel, we stand LGBTQ plus people, okay? And before anyone just starts going about bringing politics into your hobby and whatnot, this is not politics. This is human rights, and just like trans rights are human rights. And on top of that, just to make you think about it, is that anything that we do is politics. Because not mention something is a political opinion, and it is a political position and a political act in and on itself. Okay? So if you are not on the same boat as myself, you know the way out. Okay? On top of that, let's go to the thing that I want to bring to you. So this episode I bring to you to the beginning is that one of the many queer projects that are available, this one is called the Queer Games Bundle of 2021, in which you can save around 90% of the price tag of the games. This is a bundle where it brings a lot of different games from queer creators, okay? To be absolutely clear, these are games in general. So they are not just tabletop RPG games, they are games. And still you have a lot of tabletop RPG games, so you should check out nevertheless. And as a side note, actually, there is also a pay what you want bundle as well for the same one, but I do believe that you should check out the $60 one. The link for the $60 will be in the description, but why I do believe that is because this is the price tag of one single AAA game, and you are getting a ton of different games, a ton of different tabletop games as well. You play like $50 for one of the basic games of the most famous one. So it's not a very great investment, a very big investment actually, but it is a great value. So this is my opinion and you should check it out. On another note, I am talking about an interesting project that is on Kickstarter. And as much I have my restrictions with Kickstarter, and I do hope that the platform proves me wrong, okay? This project on Kickstarter is named The Wretched, an alien-inspired sci-fi audio drama. And why is that? Because this is actually a campaign where they have a kind of actual play of The Wretched. The Wretched, the game, you know, the indie game by Chris Bissett. Yeah, this one, they have an actual play of that on cassette. It has also a version on MP3, okay, you can check it out. But it ends up being like a mini-series of an actual play. And it's such a good and innovative way, an initiative. I have to commend the creator for their initiative and their idea. But the whole aspect of that, this really brings me the idea of what the indie environment is, because you are bringing some different innovative ideas towards our community and our environment, okay? And going on, we bring to your attention now a RPGC community title. RPGC being the Southeast Asian scene. And this title is called An Altogether Different River by Aaron Lim. And it is such a great project. And actually what they are bringing now is one thing that I'm very fond of, that is the designer commentary. The game itself, it is a GM-less game, but bringing the players into the position of some PCs that are coming into a town that they once abandoned. It brings a lot of questions about belonging and transformation, which for me they are very dear of, and I do believe that a lot of people can relate to them. It does sound great in the premise and having a designer note, so bringing the ideas of what they are bringing to the table and what the designer thought of when putting the game together is something that is just the icing on the cake, okay? Next one is that next week we have a convention of sorts, okay? So between the days of 8th and 13th of June, Freeplay will be happening. And Freeplay is happening in a mix of physical and digital fest, okay, for independent games. And this year's theme is Soft Voices, Loud Roars. And this is perhaps the longest running convention or fest on indie games. It is put together by some part of the Australian scene. And just to bring you some idea of value of the convention, you have one of the guest speakers being Zedek Shu or Siu. He is, or they are, one of the creators from the RPGC scene, and you can register to the event because you still have time, because the day that it is going live, I believe it is the 4th. So you have 4 days until getting to the first day of the convention, and it is a convention that will take mostly the whole of the week. It has games and a lot of other stuff. So you should just go for it and give it a look. And last, but certainly not least, I encourage you to read this great article by Ava, or Young Dumb Bitch on Twitter. I apologize for the language, but this article explores what it calls domain level play. And this is kind of like the power of the PCs. They are so big that they can influence a domain in a way. So in other words, they are calling us this ruling of a certain space as a domain. And this article, it gives some key principles on running such a campaign that they have this influence and they can manage this kind of domain. So this is a very interesting read because it puts the players in this position that sometimes happen, and sometimes it is the PCs actually go to have this dominion or set influence on this whole domain stuff. And I really like some of the ideas that came from it. You should definitely check it out. And I believe that for today, that's it. If you like the video, like the damn video, share, subscribe. You know how internet works. Let me know in the comments what you are liking about the series, what you are disliking. You can pay me a coffee if you are enjoying the whole series. And you can also check my games. They are all linked in the description just below the whole timestamps. And I will see you all in my next video. So, see ya!